Rich, that $8 million program is called Green for Gold and is supposed to eventually lead to more than 600 new jobs. But it has come under fire for not producing promised results. So we asked President Obama's Labor Secretary today if she thought the program could be a success.
Heating, ventilation, air conditioning.
U.S. Secretary of Labor Hilda Solis spent the morning touring Monroe Community College's Applied Technology Center in Brighton, touting the need for skilled workers in advanced manufacturing fields. It's programs like this one, she says, that will get the nation working again. But we were interested in speaking with Solis about a different jobs program today, one that is coming under intense scrutiny in Congress. Last month, I-Team 10 took a closer look at stimulus money used to fund a program called Green for Gold. Funded by a Labor Department grant in 2010, it's run by Pathstone Corporation, a not-for-profit organization headquartered on East Avenue. Pathstone received $8 million in taxpayer money to train more than 600 people for green jobs. $2 million was to be used in Rochester for deconstruction jobs, focusing on city properties slated for demolition.
And what we're finding is that people need to have the credentials to be able to get those particular jobs. So what we're doing is focusing in, honing in on that, and making sure that if it's green or if it's just traditional welding, master mechanics, that we provide those incentives.
Taxpayers have a right to know what they get from their government.
Recently, House Oversight Committee Chairman Congressman Darrell Issa began demanding answers about how green job training grants were doled out. And in this letter to Secretary Solis, he singled out Pathstone by name as an example of, quote, abysmal results.
If I were you, I would take anything that Congressman Issa said to you with a great big sigh and wonder about it.
But Issa was referencing this Inspector General report, which found that in the first 2 years of the grant, Pathstone had only trained 25 people, with only 4 entering into training-related employment, 0 of whom were retained. Pathstone's president says those numbers are outdated and says he's confident when the program ends next month they will have reached their goals. Congresswoman Louise Slaughter, who supported the Green for Gold concept, would not speak directly to the grant today, but defended the stimulus program.
The stimulus really worked. It really created jobs.
In order to reach its training goals, though, Pathstone has now received a waiver to place clients in non-green related jobs. So we asked Secretary Solis if it was money well spent.
It doesn't matter that that the original intent of the grant was somehow modified. The point being is that you want people to have the skill sets and training.
Solis has argued that many of these grants are not intended to produce jobs right away, but rather to create a workforce for the future.
If we turn our backs on those investments, then we're going to lose that big market share that will go abroad and stay abroad.
And at recovery.gov, they do keep track of stimulus spending, and in its most recent filing, Pathstone's only reference to job creation is this number, 16.6. But government officials tell I-Team 10 that's a calculation of how many Pathstone jobs were funded last quarter using stimulus dollars. We hope to get a full accounting of the number of people trained and in jobs after that program wraps up next month. Rich?
All right, we'll be watching. Brett Davidson with our report. Thanks, Brett. Yep.